Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's live video where I will be sharing with you pre-departure preparation tips you've got to follow before traveling abroad. If you're planning to move to a new country, it's imperative for you to plan in advance. This will help you avoid travel difficulties or problems that might make your stay in the country uncomfortable. There are three things you've got to have in mind. The first one, which is super important, is finance. You've got to figure out money. In terms of flight costs, many of you struggle with flight, which is the elephant in the room here in case of this issue of moving abroad. Go through the website and research on cost of flight for your travel abroad destination. Determine how much a round-trip ticket will cost before going ahead to plan your journey. And of course, the next thing you've got to research on is cost of accommodation. It's important for you to also read or ask questions about accommodation in the country you intend to travel to, because you wouldn't want to go to a place and end up sleeping outside. So try to research on cost of accommodation. And again, you also need to do research on food. There are some countries that has expensive lifestyle, and the food there is quite expensive as well. So having a first-hand knowledge on this will also help you to prepare in terms of how much cash you can take along. So make sure you do research on these three things: one, cost of flight; two, accommodation; and of course, three, food. These are all social amenities, which is quite important. The next thing you've got to do to prepare for your travel abroad trip is for you to do research about employment opportunities in that country. Most of you travel to end up living in this country long term as hustlers. It's important for you to do research on the employment opportunities in this country. For example, most countries in Asia offer teaching jobs. Other countries might offer employment in industry like hotel and hospitality management. You can also have jobs in the field of construction, that is building. And of course, there are also jobs in the medical discipline, like working as a midwifery, nurse, or even a doctor if you're qualified. Try to do research and determine what jobs are on offer. And after that, you've got to think of the right documents or qualification. You can't get employment if you're not qualified. So go through the internet, read on job websites in these countries, and find out what requirements are needed for you to be able to secure a job. And you shouldn't just limit yourself to documentation in terms of job employment. You have to also think of the required documents you need to apply for a visa to gain access to this country. So you have to go through the embassy's website where you intend to make your application and read on visa requirements. And finally, you've got to think of clothing. This is an issue that plagues almost every first-time traveler, although it's hardly spoken. But moving to a new country and having your sense of fashion, dress code is quite difficult, especially for the start, because most countries wouldn't have your taste of clothes. And if you're in a place like Asia, you might struggle with sizes because Asians aren't of the same body build like foreigners. So you might struggle with size here. It's important for you to pack most of your stuff from home and take it along with you. It's okay to carry luggages in an airplane. So I would recommend you pack things from home and take it along with you. But if not, you should do research on where you can buy clothes for yourself once you get into the country. One way of doing this is to try to get in contact with those that are already in the country. Try to talk to them and find out how they are managing on this issue of dress and other personal stuffs. I hope these few tips helps you to plan for your trip in advance. And like I said, money is the main issue. Do not come to online or meeting an agent or somebody else and start discussing yourself about money by bargaining. All the informations are on the internet and websites, travel websites. Find out the costs and plan appropriately. God bless you. See you next time. Bye.